We're going to discuss about one effects which is called transform effects in distort. Transform. I have a clip over here. Let me import this. And this is 192.0.1080 is the size. You might have seen in movies and all, when we just while some shot, it's going to zoom in like this. Okay, quickly we'll have a zoom in lag. So that time when you zoom in like this, there will be blur effects. Usually it's called radial blur effects. Radial blur effects. So that kind of an effects you have seen. Actually, to do that one, we have in effects there are different types of blur are there, and we have radial blur is the motion blur is the Gaussian blur is the. So there are many effects are there, but without this one, with transform effects, how can we get similar kind of an effects easily? Okay, so before I'm going to say about transform effects, if this is our original clips, when we do transform here, it's in distort. Okay, uh, see what we do in the motion, we have position, scale, rotation, anchor point. This is the same effects, you can find it here also. So there is one more other use for this transform is sometimes we do scale or adjustment on anchor point or positions, everything on this transform. So if you do this effects, what's the benefit of our source file we have not touched? I mean, the original position we have not yet touched, but we did the transform also. If you don't want any time, you can switch off this effects. Okay, so if you do some changes on it, I want to go back from here from the original position and scale. Instead of this, from the transform only, I can switch off this effects or I can delete it. So I'll get back to my original footage. This is the other use of transform. So reminding all the same, we have scale, skew. Apart from the basics, we have extra which is given skew axis. Skew means it's going to happen like this. Okay, so that axis also you can adjust it somehow. If you want in some situations, you can use of course opacity, rotations, everything is same only. So this is the options what I'm going to highlight today, which is called shutter angle. Okay, see, I'm going to do a small effects from here. It's almost when I reach here. Here I'm going to do say scale over here. So how can I do scale? Go to position and scale. I give a keyframe for this. Just play a bit. Then I'm going to scale like this. Then I'm going to do position to here. I want to zoom to here. So this is the result what I'm having now. A quick transition. Right? So here, just in shutter angle options, I want to increase this value. I can go this one from 0 to 360. So this value I need to increase to 360. So what happened? The effects is going to come. So if this effects, if you want to work it, the original composition, I mean, use composition options you need to switch off it. Then if you're scaling, you can see I'm getting a blur effects on the background. See, I'll make it a little bit faster to understand the quick effects. Hope you have seen. If you want to see the difference, you switch on from here, then you understand. This is the original and this is after the shutter angle. So this effects, if you switch on it, you cannot see this. This effects you can. In some movies and all, while doing the transitions, you might have seen this kind of an effects. Sometimes, I had a whoosh sound effects over here. So you can take any of the sound effects over here, exactly on the right place. Like with a keyframe. The keyframe is here. So keep on the keyframe. You can click from here on the keyframe. So as per that, you can add an effects also here. This effects is like this. Okay. So you need to match this, of course. Okay. Of course, it depends on the situation, the sound effects you need to use. I just show you just to get an appeal, just to get a feel on that. Okay. So the effects what we have studied now in transform, distort transform I have done here. In distort transform, this is the same option as the motion, in the motion, position, scale, and all other in under motion. Same effects are here under transform also. But if you do anything on the transform, anytime I can switch off and get back to my normal position and scale or normal transform. And extra what we have added here is shutter angle. When you do shutter angle, I increase the value to maximum how much you need the blur. If I reduce it, the blur length will be reducing. Okay, so I need so it's reducing. I need 360 only, and if it is on, it will not work. It will take default only. But I'm going to switch off this one to use composition. When I switch off, I can get the blur effects over here. So this is transform effects in distort. Try with the different effects. Try to connect with some other shot. Maybe after this, I'm going to do it some other shot. Maybe I cut over here. After some times, maybe here, I'm going to get back to here. I cut some area. We reach here. Now here, I have another shot. Maybe I do for this a new keyframe. And we want to get back to normal, 100. And the position get back to normal. So if I do this way, again, I switch on the, it's already on now. So see that field comes here also. So one zoom in. The sound you try to, or do it in between. So you can see in and out, both have the effect. So it can come in some other video, it's also fine. Okay, practice with the different clips and ensure you know that transform and especially shutter angle option.